Cirrus is dead. Zana has chosen exile. But the Atlas of Worlds remains a beacon for eldritch horrors. We imprisoned the Elder. We placated the Maven. We've been preparing for the arrival of another, but we never expected Thor. They embody insatiable hunger, crushing darkness, searing flame, merciless wrath. If we don't stop them, they will consume everything. This is a war for our very existence. They are here. Stand with us, or we will all perish.
Howdy, Exiles. I want to welcome you guys to the 3.17 Siege of the Atlas League Start Build Guide. We have a bunch of really amazing builds on the list. I think we do have a couple of returning builds from last league that performed exceptionally well. But rest assured that the video that you are seeing when we go through these builds, if I could get it from the content creator or build maker themselves, I did so. Just want to make sure that we stay as true to possible to the showcase of these wonderful build makers guides as we can. And just want to make you guys rest assured that these builds are proven, all content viable, safe from the patch notes. It will be more than viable for a league start setting come the launch of Siege of the Atlas. And on another note, I would like to mention that, you know, to do yourself a favor and do a favor to the build makers and content creators on this list. If you can, show a little support, subscribe to their YouTube channels, their Twitch channels, Twitters, what have you, and whatnot. And show them as much support as you can for as much time as I put into this video, they've put in 5 times more getting these builds kind of situated and played them and proved them so that the community can have something to do. These people do all the work and, you know, including myself. And so I think it's important that we all try to show as much support as possible. And I will be leaving links to all of their socials and or build forum guides, YouTubes, etc. in the description below. So you guys should have some very easy access to them. And with that said, let's get into the first build. So our first build is a returning build made by HoA Green. It's a lightning trap saboteur. It has amazing clear speed. My brother actually played this build last league, and it performed way beyond expectations. Now I did check his forum post, and he did say that the nerf to trap and mine gems, support gems, coupled with the buff to lightning trap specifically, essentially nullifies the builds more or less in the same spot. Though it may see a bit of a buff. But for the most part, the build isn't going to change too much. It's still going to be insane. It's very easily scalable. It is extremely league start viable and is absolutely scalable through the end game to pretty massive proportions. So I think it's going to be a really good league starter. I think this suits a lot of different play styles, and I think you guys will absolutely enjoy this build. The second build on the list is my build from last league, the Armageddon brand Ignite Prolif. And you're probably thinking, but tables, Ignite was nerfed. Yes, it was. But Armageddon brand was buffed, though it does have a longer trigger speed, 1.5 seconds. So when the POB gets updated, we will be adjusting for that to make sure that we always have an Ignite on our target. But with the changes to Ignite, plus the buff to Armageddon brand, I don't see our damage really changing all that much. We're doing about 1.3 million Cyrus DPS at the moment. And I killed him fairly comfortably. I think it took me 2 tries, and then we ended up killing him. We're running max block with life regen and recoup. We have a fully set up POB. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the videos of the boss kills because I lost the footage. But we did everything except for Maven. So this should be an incredible build, decent clear speed, pretty good single target. It should be everything that you need in a build. I think I farmed like 70 exalts with this build. The most exalts I've ever farmed in a league. So I'm very proud of this build and the work that me and my brother did on it, and I'm really happy to be able to share this with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Our third build on the list is Vale's Herald of Agony Champion. This build is ridiculously tanky, and being champion, you obviously have Permafort, which is always a wonderful addition to any build as far as defenses go. You really can't go wrong with it. Champion is just one of those defaulto tanky ascendancies that everyone loves. The clear speed is pretty decent for being Herald of Agony, and the bossing is obviously in a good state because she's able to pretty much clear every single piece of content that the game throws out, including simulacrums. So quite an impressive showing from Herald of Agony. She is using Storm Rain to keep up the virulent stacks, which I think is one of the best delivery methods. I've seen Stormbrand before, but I think Storm Rain just performs exceptionally well with Herald of Agony. I think the budget is around 20 EX to get started, which is not a whole lot to ask. People usually think that 20 EX is like a ton of currency. It's really not. If you spend the time and you map out a farming route, it's absolutely achievable for every single player in this game. She has a wonderfully detailed video guide, which will be linked in the description below. All content viable. If you guys are interested in a good minion build, that's not your typical Necro, I think this is right up a lot of people's alleys. She mentions that it is quite a symbiotic relationship between you and the minion, and I think that is very much the case with Herald of Agony, as opposed to, say, like a Spectre Necromancer or something like that, or zombies or something. Playing Herald of Agony as a minion is a very unique build within Path of Exile. I personally love it, which is part of the reason why I chose it. So do yourself a favor and check out her video, and hope you guys enjoy. Our fourth build for the video is Korosu's Boneshatter Jugg. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm awful with pronunciations. I'm just the worst. This build has a ton to offer. It has amazing clear speed and bonkers boss damage. It's insane. This build is very viable for a league starter with a fairly low investment. Depending on the market and trade league, you could even go probably below 6EX, but the Rizlata's coil is probably what's going to cost you the most, and I don't know if I see you getting that for cheaper than 3EX on a league start situation. So, adjust accordingly. The end game is very scalable, up to multiple hundreds of exalts, with GG rares such as axes, rings, like perfect stats, high rolls, high tiers, mod tiers, and so you can really scale this from the beginning of the league, which is something that not a lot of builds can do to this degree. So it's kind of nice to see. That's part of the reason why I picked it. You're not exactly pigeonholed into having to farm for a new build when this one does everything you need it to do. His POB listed at 37 million DPS. You're very tanky, fairly tanky, because you are a Jugg. He's taking accuracy, double armor ascendancy nodes. His life pool is a little bit low, about 4.6k, but you are given a little bit of forgiveness being a Jugg after all. And he has a wonderfully detailed guide. on the Path of Build in the Path of Exile forums. So if you were looking for a guide that can take you from step 1 to step 80 and beyond, I think this is the build for you. It's a really good, solid melee build. I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's off meta, but I think this league it will be off meta. So I think the investment is going to be a little bit more forgiving on this build. And considering how much you can scale it, I think that's a net benefit for most people. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys for watching this league start build guide for 3.17 Siege of the Atlas. Thank you guys for coming and watching and participating. I hope you enjoyed the builds that were listed. I think they're going to be some of the better options for league start this league, and I think we got a nice little mix of different builds in the pot, as they say. So I hope you guys have a wonderful league start. We will be doing some videos throughout the week and into the launch of the new expansion. So be on the lookout for that. And if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps a lot in trying to get to YouTube partners. So anything helps from you guys. And if you end up playing one of the builds in this video, do yourself a favor and check out the content creator / build maker and show them a little love. We put in a ton of effort to get these builds viable, so you guys can enjoy effortlessly enjoy PoE. And so I would like for you guys, if you get a chance, show a little love their way. I know for a fact that they would appreciate it. I certainly do myself. So enjoy the rest of y'all's weekend, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care of yourselves.